Welcome to Mindcast, your go-to source for dissecting the most exciting and impactful trends shaping our world. I'm Will, and today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's not just fascinating, but truly revolutionary: Google's AI-driven advertising transformation. Get ready, because we're about to explore a profound and rather paradoxical shift at the very heart of Google's empire. This isn't just about new features. It's about a fundamental reshaping of the entire digital advertising landscape, driven by artificial intelligence, and what it means for every single one of us. It's a high-stakes gamble, and we're going to unpack it all. All right, let's dive right into the financial heart of Google. To truly grasp the magnitude of the changes we're talking about, we have to understand that Alphabet Inc., Google's parent company, is overwhelmingly dependent on advertising revenue. And the biggest chunk of that comes directly from Google Search.
Imagine this. For the fiscal year 2024, Alphabet brought in a staggering $350 billion in revenue. And guess how much of that was advertising? The vast majority. Specifically, Google Search and other properties alone contributed a mind-blowing $207.57 billion. That's nearly 75% of all advertising revenue. This isn't just a big business. It's the undisputed engine, the bedrock of the entire conglomerate, accounting for almost 79% of Alphabet's total business.
So when we talk about Google overhauling its core search product with AI, we're not talking about a small, speculative, other bet. We're talking about fundamentally changing the very mechanism that generates hundreds of billions of dollars. This dependency underscores the monumental risk involved, turning what was once its safest division into its largest, most critical strategic gamble. It's truly fascinating.
Now let's talk about the seismic shift happening in the search landscape, a phenomenon often called the AI tsunami. We're talking about the rise of AI overviews and something truly disruptive known as zero-click searches. Imagine this. A zero-click search is when you type a query into Google and you get your answer right there on the search results page, without ever needing to click through to an external website. This isn't entirely new. It started with things like direct answer boxes, knowledge panels, and featured snippets. But the introduction of AI overviews, which were previously called Search Generative Experience, or SGE, is a game changer. These use powerful AI models to synthesize information from multiple web sources into one cohesive conversational summary that totally dominates the top of the search results page. We're seeing these AI overviews appear in nearly 20% of all search queries, and for informational questions, it can be as high as 60%.
This has led to what analysts are calling the Great Decoupling. It's a growing and alarming divergence between how many times a website's link is shown on Google, an impression, and how many times it's actually clicked. Studies show that well over half of all Google searches are now zero-click. For news searches, the zero-click rate has soared from 56% to almost 69%. The impact? When an AI summary is present, users click on a traditional link almost 50% less often. And here's the kicker. Even if your site is cited as a source within an AI summary, clicks on those source links are incredibly rare, happening in just 1% of visits. For many publishers and advertisers, this means a catastrophic decline in click-through rates, with some seeing drops of over 35% and organic traffic losses between 18% and 64%. It's a complete redefinition of how users interact with the web, and it has profound implications for everyone. So, faced with this self-inflicted disruption from zero-click searches, what's Google's response? Are they pulling back? Absolutely not. Instead, they're doubling down, accelerating their AI efforts, and backing it all up with a colossal planned investment of $75 billion in AI infrastructure for 2025. It's a bold, decisive countermove, and the core of their monetization strategy is incredibly clever.
integrate advertising directly into this new super visible real estate created by AI. We're now seeing search and shopping ads appearing in 3 distinct places relative to an AI overview: above it, below it, or, most significantly, right inside the AI-generated summary itself. This even extends to the advanced conversational AI mode. The brilliant part for advertisers? You don't need to create entirely new campaigns. Your existing search, shopping, and Performance Max campaigns are automatically eligible to appear in these new placements. But it's not just about placing ads. Google's systems are now analyzing the contents and context of the AI overview itself, making sure the ads are incredibly relevant to the answer being provided. This is about seamless integration, where ads feel more assistive than interruptive, even though they're clearly marked as sponsored. Beyond just ads within answers, Google is building entirely new commercial experiences. They're transforming their platform from a search engine that points to commerce into an engine that facilitates transactions directly. Imagine asking for a stylish, waterproof jacket for a hiking trip in the Pacific Northwest next month, and Google's AI, powered by its massive shopping graph, gives you a browsable, image-rich panel of personalized product recommendations. It's incredible. They're even deploying features like virtual try-on, using AI to show you how apparel would look on your own body, dramatically boosting buying confidence. The most revolutionary part is agentic checkout. Here, the AI can literally take direct action for you. You could tell it to find a specific running shoe, set a maximum price, and authorize the AI to monitor retailers, add it to your cart, and complete the transaction using Google Pay when the conditions are met. This is frictionless, click-free purchasing. Google is making a massive play to control the entire shopping funnel, aiming to capture value from initial query all the way to the final purchase. It's a total game changer, aiming to disintermediate competitors and unlock entirely new revenue streams that go far beyond the traditional click.
Okay, so what does this mean for everyone else in the digital advertising ecosystem? Well, for advertisers, the game has fundamentally changed. That old playbook, where you just bid on keywords to drive clicks to a landing page, is being totally rewritten. You're now seeing reduced visibility because those massive AI overview blocks push your ads further down the page, and click-through rates are plummeting as users find answers right on Google. This is especially true for those non-branded, top-of-funnel keywords. The pivot for advertisers is clear. Shift your goal from just getting a click to achieving in-SERP visibility. You want your brand, your product, or your content featured or cited directly within that AI overview. This means your SEO and PPC efforts are becoming much more about branding and authority building within Google's own answer. To make that happen, you've got to optimize your content for AI consumption using clear headings, concise answers, structured data, and truly demonstrating your EEAT, your experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Plus, you need to defend your branded keywords and lean into Google's own AI tools like Performance Max, which are designed for this complex, multi-format world.
Now, for publishers, the story is even more existential. Their entire business model has been built for decades on organic search traffic, and that foundation is rapidly eroding. The urgent imperative for them is to aggressively build direct relationships with their audiences. Think email newsletters, social media, podcasts, mobile apps, anything that creates a loyal following that isn't dependent on Google's algorithms. They absolutely must diversify their revenue streams beyond just programmatic ads and create content that is so unique, so insightful, or so proprietary that AI models can't just replicate it, making them an indispensable go-to destination. It's about becoming a brand people seek out, not just a source Google summarizes. But hey, Google isn't making these massive moves in a vacuum. This aggressive transformation is also a direct response to intense competitive pressure from other tech giants who are building their own incredibly powerful AI-driven advertising ecosystems. It's absolutely crucial to understand these competing strategies to really grasp why Google is acting the way it is. First up, there's Amazon, with its incredible first-party commerce data. They know what millions of consumers search for, browse, and most importantly, buy. Amazon's AI is all about perfecting every stage of the retail journey, from predicting demand to creating dynamic bids for ads. Their generative AI creative studio is a game changer, allowing sellers to instantly whip up high-quality lifestyle images, videos, and even audio ads from just a simple product listing. Amazon's AI ecosystem is designed to be the ultimate engine for selling physical goods within its marketplace.
Then we have Meta, whose strategy is deeply rooted in its understanding of the social graph, all about people's identities, interests, and connections. They've invested massively in their own AI infrastructure, and their Advantage Plus suite of tools is designed to automate the entire campaign workflow. Meta's AI can generate endless variations of ad creative, write compelling copy, and dynamically find high-intent audiences based on subtle behavioral signals across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Their endgame? Fully automated AI-powered ad generation, where a marketer might just need to provide a business objective and a product URL, and the AI handles the rest.
What this means for us is a fundamental realignment, a trifurcation of the digital advertising world. We're seeing Google fortifying its dominance over user intent and information, becoming the go-to for answers and tasks. Amazon is owning commerce and logistics, perfecting the purchase of physical goods. And Meta is capitalizing on its social graph, automating targeting based on social behaviors. For advertisers, this signals the end of a one-size-fits-all approach. You'll need bespoke strategies tailored to each of these increasingly distinct AI-powered empires. So what does all this mean for us? Well, Google finds itself at a truly historic crossroads, navigating a paradox that's largely of its own making. By pushing forward with AI-first features like AI overviews, it's shaking up the very click-based advertising model that's driven its success for 2 decades. The challenge is immense, but the opportunity? Even bigger. If Google succeeds, it moves from just being a search engine to an answer engine, and eventually an action engine, helping us get tasks and transactions done directly. This could unlock revenue streams that are far more lucrative and resilient than just selling clicks.
For investors, this means we need to look beyond just traditional ad revenue growth. Keep an eye on metrics like the adoption rate of AI mode, how many transactions are happening through Google Pay, and the ROI advertisers are seeing on these new in-overview ad formats. These will be the true barometers of success.
For advertisers, that one-size-fits-all digital strategy is definitely over. It's time for a trifurcated strategy. You'll need a Google strategy focused on winning visibility within AI overviews, an Amazon strategy for mastering retail media, and a Meta strategy for leveraging creative automation and social targeting. And for publishers, the message is clear and urgent. Reduce your dependency on Google. Focus aggressively on building direct relationships with your audience through newsletters, subscriptions, and communities. Treat Google as a valuable but fundamentally unreliable marketing channel, not the cornerstone of your business. The future demands diversification, direct engagement, and embracing new AI tools to not just survive, but truly thrive.
And that brings us to the end of another fascinating deep dive here on Mindcast. What an incredible journey we've been on, exploring the monumental shifts Google's AI revolution is bringing to the digital advertising world. It's clear that we are in the midst of a truly transformative era, and the implications for how we find information, buy products, and connect with brands are profound. But hey, while change can feel daunting, it's also brimming with new opportunities. So let's stay curious, stay adaptive, and remain optimistic about the exciting possibilities this AI-defined paradigm presents. Thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait to explore more with you next time on Mindcast.